day 2, and I'm gonna go see the writers. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Ticket holders, I need you inside right away, please. Thank you. Right inside, please. I don't want you to show that
Or like to wake up. It's been my dream my entire life to come to something like this. The Toronto Film Festival is the best film festival in the world. Watch this film that we made. Wouldn't be standing here if it wasn't for my fantastic producer Judy Cairo of Informing Media. She worked tirelessly to get this film made, along with my agent Alana Spoli, CIA. I wouldn't be staying up here if not for them. I'm just so happy you guys are here. Thank you so much for coming. I'm going to introduce our cast. They're going to come out. I'd like to introduce Miss Lily Collins. Wearing a stunning dress tonight. Next, I'd like to bring out Mr. Logan Lerman. Next, I'd like to bring out Mr. Greg Kinnear. Next up is Nat Wolf. Liana Liberato. And last but certainly not least, Mr. Patrick Schwarzenegger. What an amazing cast. These guys are the heart and soul of the movie. And without further ado, I guess we'll take our seats and watch it. So, all right. I haven't done a Q&A before, so this should be interesting.
Okay, so maybe we'll start by turning it over to you guys. Does anybody have a question? The person who yelled, yeah, that would be.
Was this in any way autobiographical?
Was this in any way autobiographical?
Yes, it was. I'm Josh. Yeah, no, it was. I based it a lot on my parents' divorce, and I based it on who I was when a kid. This guy basically played me when I was a kid. I was obsessed with Stephen King.
I'm glad to play Josh during his awkward phase.
Yeah, he's just way hotter than me. So yeah, there's a lot of autobiographical elements in it. I just kind of changed it enough to not embarrass my family.
Okay, next one. Yeah, it's just down here. Okay, yeah, it's to each of the actors. So if you could each comment on if you were going to be a writer, what genre would you write in?
Which one of them will be the one who writes pornography? Gore, horror.
No. I would be lucky to write a script like Josh.
Dude, that is just, you know.
Probably like a sweeping period drama. British, preferably. Just say drama.
Mystery, science fiction.
Yeah, me too.
They both stole mine.
Okay, I think I'd like to ask you a question. If you could just talk about how you put this wonderful cast together. I mean, it was such an ensemble movie and great performances from everybody.
I just found dirty pictures of Greg and just blackmailed him. I wrote a letter to Judy Cairo of Informative Media, asking her to read the script because I knew she had worked with Scott Cooper, who was a first-time director, and she brought it to CAA, and Asia Leathers-Boley and her went around and just got everybody on board, and got me in the room with a lot of amazing talent, and it all came together. And I had sent her the script, and about a year later we were on set. So I just was very, very lucky to get these guys. It made my job very easy. So,
Okay, back to you guys. Anybody in the balcony that we're missing so far? Okay, just down here.
I just wanted to know what the most difficult part of filming was for each of you. What was the most challenging thing to do on the set?
working with Nat is really hard. These actors are so mean. I mean, it just was not knowing. I had nothing to gauge anything against, so I don't know. I kind of say that filming was in summer camp. I mean, we had a blast. We went bowling on the weekends and hung out at night, and yeah, it was fun. I enjoyed it. The hardest part for me is the writing part. That's the hardest part.
I think all of us had such great chemistry. What? Oh, no, we're all doing it. Please. Okay. We all got along so well on set that we would make each other laugh in between takes, and we really became a family. So it was trying to keep those dramatic moments dramatic and then trying not to make each other laugh, which was really difficult. But also, this was Josh's baby of a project, and I think each of us wanted to do the roles their justice, and I know with particular scenes I was really nervous about because I had gone into it wanting to make them perfect, and you can't make everything perfect, but you want to live up to the writer's expectations, and usually you don't have the ability to have the writer on set all the time because sometimes, they're obviously not the director, which made it a little more intimidating, but at the same time so much more of a beautiful process to have that person there and to have that support.
Yeah, basically the same thing I was going to say, just that, that I was playing Josh as a young guy. I've actually known Lily since I was 11, and we've had a kind of a brother-sister type relationship for a really long time, so I was so ecstatic when I heard that she was playing the sister. No, but I was going to say one of the hardest parts was just not getting self-conscious about playing Josh as a young, or not thinking about that, not letting that get into my head.
I had a really hard time having to do that scene where my knees were off and stuff with Kinnear and Nat, because I've never done coke before, so I was like, what am I supposed to do? So that was really scary and hard for me.
Challenges. I really can't think of any challenges. It was a lot of fun. The material was great, so, Josh gave us a lot of freedom, to play around and be spontaneous and just kind of go with whatever we were doing. So, yeah, challenges. I can't really think of any challenges, but it was a good time.
Good times.
Good time.
Was that the original question? What was the question? Challenges? I thought, somebody asked me today, they said, is this a comedy that has moments of drama? Is it a drama that's got comedy in it? And the answer is yes. So, I guess in all of the scenes, there's a little bit of a place you have to find. And it was just trying to suss out where those spots were and which way they tipped as we went through it. But it was a very nice script from the get-go. So, well done down there at the end.
Thank you, sir. I know your answer. Because Patrick's such a nice guy, it was hard for him to be a dickhead.
No, that was not bad. I think the hardest... I'm very little. Yeah, but me and Nat had to do a few fight scenes, and although it seems pretty easy to do the punching someone, I actually made some contact.
Yeah, it's like the movie where he punches Nat outside of the supermarket, you really just knocked him in the face.
Yeah, I really knocked him out.
Some spit shoot out of his mouth.
That wasn't intentional. But my method acting, I got so much of the afterwards. I had to lay it on to Nat, so.
Okay, next question. I'm going to go to the back. You're standing up there. Go ahead.
I'm really
just for Logan. So she's a big fan of everyone's, and she was just commenting on the number of emotional scenes in the film, and if maybe just a couple of you could talk about how you prepared for those.
I could start just by saying we listened to a lot of music. I shared a lot of music with them, they shared a lot of music with me, and that's how we found the tone, so that everybody would be making the same movie, so music was a big part of it.
Yeah, like music, I've always put in my iPod and just kind of zoned out. I associate a lot of memories with music, and we just kind of go into our own little corners, and we'd all be on our iPods, and no one would be talking.
I remember before where you went up to Jennifer's door at the end, and you were sitting on the lawn for like an hour and a half or so just listening to music before they did the scene.
And I think also exhaustion was a 20-day shoot, and when you're tired.
And you were flying, and how many flights did you take?
It took 23 flights in 20 days. I did the Mirror conferences at the same time. No, anything. But I think when you mix exhaustion with memories and kind of emotions that you associate with that, it just flows. And when you have a cast that's so supportive and you feel so comfortable being so vulnerable with, you start to really feel that emotion with them. I remember the car scene with Nat when he's got Liana on his lap and he's crying. I see Nat as a brother and I see Liana as a sister now. And when he started crying, even after... It's a little weird. But I mean, I remember them yelling cut, and I couldn't actually stop crying because he was crying. And it was like when you really mold with people that you work with that well, which doesn't normally happen, you can't help but feel what they're feeling. Anybody else want to take that one?
Honestly, I have no idea what to say. It's a really odd personal thing, but yeah, I guess you find his own, try to get there.
The only thing I'd say is that I've read this, I read the script 100 times, and I was there when they shot it, and still I started to cry a little bit watching when Lily comes to the door and hugs Jennifer. That shows how moving that scene was.
Okay, next question. Just on the side here. Yeah, go ahead.
I thought the casting of Lily was like perfect as Jennifer's daughter, and I was just wondering how you went about doing that.
Well, I knew we had to have the parents first before we could cast the kids, so I met a lot of people for all these roles just because I was waiting to kind of lock those roles and figure out who was going to be the parents. But as soon as it was Jennifer, it was like no question whatsoever. And I mean, I remember when Lillian, she talks a lot about her relationship with her dad, which I thought had enough similarities to the relationship with Bill that I thought she'd be able to bring something personal to it.
Okay, up in the balcony.
Who's the most like your character?
Nat.
They pick on me.
Okay, we have time for a couple more questions, just in the middle here.
What was the most exciting scene to film?
Most exciting scene to film. Maybe we can hear from a couple other people.
I love shooting our marijuana scene on the roof. Nat and I had so many outtakes. We improvised so much. We probably shot that for like, a couple hours. By the end of it, we were
Which is kind of
very
cool.
out of it.
Yeah, which is kind of cool.
Pretty magic, but we had fun.
Awkward. No, I think that was one of the great things about getting Lily to play my sister Liana, who I've known forever, and Logan, who I immediately became friends with, and the rest of these guys. No, just kidding. Greg and Patrick, who were awesome, is that we were all so close that, like, for instance, that scene on the roof, Lily and I would really have conversations that would kind of, where she'd ask about, I'd talk to her about her love life. So it kind of became brother-sister-ish, especially because we were all in a small town with nothing to do but hang out with each other. So we all became really close. So that scene, I don't know, something about it is very special to me.
Anybody else want to answer that one? I'm looking down the end there. Okay, one more question. Yes, you're waiting. Stephen King, how'd you get him to do that? Oh.
To make this brief, it's a longer story. When I was a kid, I sent him, when I was like 12, I wrote him a letter, and I was like, Mr. King, I want to be a writer when I grow up, and I love your books so much. And I sent him a couple books hoping he would sign them. I didn't know his address. I just knew he lived in Bangor, Maine, so I just sent the box hoping that he was the only celebrity in Maine and they'd find him. I got a package a couple weeks later. I came home from school. My dad was like, "Here's a box here from Stephen King. You're reading this beautiful letter in the front cover of these books." And, so to be able to go to him now was like, it was like a very big challenge for me to achieve when I got to hug him and just tell him how much his work meant to me. Because the stuff you love when you're a kid, I think, you just don't ever really let go of. So.
Very good note to end on. Thank you very much.